He has some great deals, as he always does.
He does. I'll start with his first one, the Ballard Inn, and this is in Santa Barbara wine country. Gabe has stayed there. In fact, if you'll remember back to, I think it was June, his wife and he were celebrating their 8-year wedding anniversary.
And that's where they were.
Yes, I think it was 8 years. And they stayed at the Ballard Inn there. $199 a night regularly. $360 a night.
That's a big decrease.
A big decrease, and right in the heart of it there in the San Ynez Valley. It's actually called Ballard Township, I believe.
We've got Gabe.
He's on. Okay. And we've got Gabe on the line now. Hey, Gabe.
Hey, guys. Good to talk to you. My ears were ringing. How you guys doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. We were just talking about the Ballard Inn where you went for your anniversary.
You know what? That's right. It was actually my second night as a married man, and then, of course, we visited about 9 years ago. We visited a couple of times since. But as you were saying, this beautiful four-diamond bed and breakfast there, nestled in Santa Barbara wine country. Ballard Township dates back, 150 some odd years, and
wow.
It's just a beautiful, quaint little place. You can bike down to Los Olivos, to Solvang, and on site they've got wine tasting. They've got a great restaurant there as well.
Yeah, you're in such easy distance because Ballard is right there, kind of in between everything.
Well, that's exactly right. It's nestled in between Solvang and Los Olivos. You've got the miniature horse farm just down the way. You've got lavender fields right up the road. It's just a beautiful, bucolic little getaway.
So great access to lots of things to do. And, as always, you have deals that are near and far, Gabe. So Cambria, what a beautiful place. You have a great deal there.
Yeah, this is actually, if you go to Cambria, I am a big fan of staying right along Moonstone Beach Drive, which puts you right across some of the best, tide pooling action on the Central Coast. You're 10 minutes from Hearst Castle, but this place is called the Mariners Inn, and periodically we'll see some of these B&Bs right on Moonstone Beach Drive, offer some pretty great deals, particularly this time of year. They're doing a 2-night special for $99. You get breakfast in the morning. And you've got these, sort of rustic, quaint accommodations right there in front of the water.
That's amazing.
That's a great deal.
Yeah, Moonstone Drive is just is so romantic. You stay there, and there's a footpath that's a boardwalk that they actually put in.
That's right.
That takes you along the rugged shoreline, and it's so nice. And then you head into town, and I was just in with my in-laws in downtown Cambria.
So cute.
Really, really cute. During the holidays is when we were there, but Halloween, they've got all the scarecrows and
that's right. Yeah.
Any time of year you go there, the locals are welcoming you with open arms. Cambria, one of my favorite places in all of California. All right, let's hit the road now, completely out of the United States. And I can't think of a place more remote than Mount Everest.
Yeah, well, we published this deal this week, and I'm like, you know what? This is actually one of these really fantastic deals that only come along once in a while. So this is an adventure in Mount Everest in Nepal, all right? So if you're an adventurer, this has been probably on your to-do list here for quite a while. 16 days of hiking through the pine forest, passing through the traditional villages in the Himalayas. You get all your meals included, all your camping accommodations. You've got English-speaking guides on site. This is a 15-nighter, 16-day, once-in-a-lifetime experience. Usually it would run about $2,300 per person to just have this guided 16-day experience, but they've dropped that down by 50% to $1,150 per person. And that's through a company called SNJ Travel Point. And you want to go through a bona fide, guide if you're going to do this kind of a trip. Now, this starts out of Kathmandu, so fly out of LA or San Francisco to Kathmandu, Nepal. Airfare will range, depending on when you travel, between about $1,300 and $1,700. So it's an investment, but it's also, one of the more unique experiences I think you got out there.
While you're there, it's less than $100 a day, and it includes all of your meals, your accommodations, and the English-speaking guides. That
sounds amazing.
That's less than a cruise ship.
And by the way, I know that there are a lot of single travelers out there that usually get stuck with these rather high supplement fees for traveling singly, but it's only another like $45, $50 to do it as a single traveler. So even if you're going solo, the price here is half off what it would usually cost. And
very cool.
2 for 1 in the Himalayas. That's not bad.
Love it. Okay, so moving on over to the Panama Canal. Here we come.
Yeah, so this is if you have 15 days to spare, but don't want to do a hike up the Himalayas. You'd rather do
something a little more relaxing.
Something more relaxing, and one of these legendary cruises along the Panama Canal. So 2 weeks out of San Diego on the 4-star Celebrity Infinity. And you end up in Miami 15 nights later. Ports of call include Cabo San Lucas, Puerto Vallarta, Guatemala, Costa Rica. Then you pass the Panama Canal, you hit up Cartagena, Colombia, and end up in Miami. The trick with this one is if you're heading out of San Diego, you've got to find your flight back from Miami to San Diego. But if you do it, with enough leeway, you can actually get some pretty good deals cross country. $12.99 on that 15-nighter. $12.99 with an upgrade to an Ocean View cabin.
Decisions. $12.99 for 15 nights on a on a cruise ship, or almost the same to hike for 15 days.
Yeah. Right, what do you do? Both.
Hey, Gabe, for the Miami back to California flight, you could technically book a round trip, right, and then just not take the second leg of it.
That is true.
Sometimes it's cheaper.
Sometimes it is cheaper. I always test it out. I'll do a round trip fare, and then I'll look at what it would cost me. Particularly if you're not committed to a particular airline.
Yeah.
You could look at one way and then buying them separately to see if you can find some. But I've actually found that, particularly if you do an early morning or a late afternoon flight out of Miami or anywhere in southern Florida, you can get some pretty good deals. And I don't, if it leaves, this is a cruise departing on November 22nd. So depending on the day that you get back, you may want to tag on an extra day there in southern Florida before you actually get back home.
All right, Gabe, we had one more Jamaica, but people can find that online at Travelzoo.com. Very easy. Just type in the word Jamaica, and it'll pull up all the deals that are there.
Man.
Gabe Saglie, thank you so much. We appreciate
thanks,
it.
guys. Happy New Year, my friend.
Stick around, everyone. Next hour, we're headed to one of San Francisco's landmark bars as the owner prepares to reopen at Fisherman's Wharf after being forced to shut down last year. Also, we welcome Chef Jackie Hanover of the famed Madonna Inn for her specialized cooking tips. Plus, our news trivia segment. You can give us a call, 707-TRIVIA-8. That's 707-TRIVIA-8. I'm your host, Randall White, and we are back in just a moment.